What's up, guys? This is my first video. This is called The Things That Piss Me Off. First thing I got to talk about is the celebrity deaths of 2009. There's a large list of celebrity deaths, but a lot of them you're not going to remember because of the hype about one of them. The one that everybody remembers is the one that pisses me off because it puts all the others in the background. I'm going to start off with B. Arthur. B. Arthur was one of the actresses on Golden Girls. If you haven't seen Golden Girls, you're missing out. It was a great show. It's still on Lifetime. Check your local listings. She died of 87 years old of cancer. I mean, she was just a great actor, and I have never thought of a negative thing to say about her. She was perfect. Next one is Dom DeLuise. He was a comedian back in the day. He passed away at 75 of cancer as well. He was just one of the time-old comedians that everybody remembered, you know. Ed McMahon was a great guy. He died 86 years old. But his life was so full. He did everything. He was an actor. He was a talk, assistant talk show host. He was a game show host. He was pretty much anything you could think of. That was Ed McMahon. And of course, we can't forget Billy Mays. You know, OxyClean. Anything you wanted to buy, Billy Mays would try and sell it to you. I mean, he was a great guy. Every time you saw one of his commercials, you'd know it word for word because you watch it all the time. But you know, he was just a great guy at pitching stuff. That's also Pitchmen. If you've seen his TV show, he just went all out to get things sold and did a hell of a job. I bought a couple of things. I bought OxyClean before. It works. I'm telling you. And he passed away. He was a hell of a guy. That's I can't stress that anymore. But like everybody else has their own problems. He had a cocaine addiction and ended up passing away from heart failure, which the doctors say it might have been from his cocaine addiction. Walter Cronkite, 92 years old when he passed. CNN late night, all you ever heard was Walter Cronkite. He was there for 19 years. That's a long time. And, you know, staying at the same job for 19 years, every night getting your news. Everybody heard of Walter Cronkite back in the day. If you were born in the 70s, 80s, or even some of the people in the 90s have heard of Walter Cronkite. He was a hell of a guy. He always said what you wanted to hear, you know, and he'd always get you up on the news. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, can't say he was always right, can't say he was wrong. Still, he was so wonderful. Patrick Swayze. He was 57 years old when he passed away. He was in great movies. He was in Dirty Dancing. He was in Roadhouse. Those are my two favorite Patrick Swayze movies. He was just a really good actor, and he was also the guy every girl wanted back in the day. And you know, he passed away, and he went virtually unnoticed after the last couple of years of his life because he stopped making movies and ended up passing away. And with the whole Michael Jackson deal, went virtually unnoticed. Brittany Murphy. What to say about Brittany Murphy? She was a great actress. She did 8 Mile. A lot of you have probably seen that movie because it's an Eminem movie, younger age. Y'all probably know her. What y'all probably don't know is she was Luann on King of the Hill. She does voiceover. And King of the Hill is one of my favorite shows, although she plays a really dumb broad. Brittany Murphy didn't live very long of a life. She was a great actress in the movie she was in, and I can't say a negative thing about her. The biggest one to me that passed away is Farrah Fawcett. Um, Nobody went out more noble than Farrah Fawcett. Farrah Fawcett's been battling cancer for the last couple of years of her life, and the whole time she was making a documentary about her life with cancer and how things went good, where things went bad, so on and so forth. And it was just such a touching story for Farrah Fawcett's death. And it was a couple days before Michael Jackson's, and Michael Jackson's death just washed out everything that Farrah Fawcett's had. It took up all the spotlight. And now the part that pisses me off. The one that everybody knows. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was a hell of a singer. I'll give him that. He had great music. I listen to music. I'm 18. I listen to his music. So that means it's something. But Michael Jackson passed away, and everybody else's death went virtually unnoticed, especially Farrah Fawcett. But I'm not downing on Michael Jackson by any means. Michael Jackson had some of the greatest songs ever, top grossing songs, best music videos, without a doubt. You know, Thriller, great song. But the negative allegations, the negative things that were said about him or accused of him, I don't care if they're true or false, they were still accused, they were still brought out into public, you know. There's the hanging his child from a balcony. What kind of shit is that? I mean, if it happened, the kid's fucked up. If it didn't, somebody makes good Photoshop pictures. And the molestation. They said in court that he didn't, and they also said that he paid them to say they didn't. So you really never know with that. I want you all to leave any comments you have, positive or negative. There's a comment box right down here. There's also a subscribe button. It's in one of these corners. Not sure which. But let me know, and I'll see you next week in the things that piss me off.